Old 11 went into the Ghost route first. His lane went really partially and still got away with it ahead of TZY. So we're going to go into the third game draft here and take a look at what we're getting. So far, it's a Band of the Pangolier as well as the Quap from Xtreme Gaming. And then IO Nyx Assassin with a first pick Weaver coming out from Xtreme.
10 seconds
Weaver
remaining.
first pick. Are we gonna see a Spirit Breaker? And
5 seconds
why
remaining.
is the answer hopefully yes.
Because you like Spirit Breaker? That's the
love
answer.
Radiant team pick. Dire team.
There's the
the
Rubik.
Rubik, of course.
Usually a quick counter to the
Oh,
Weaver.
both. All right,
and
let's
they'll
go.
to the Spirit Breaker, which might be their 3-4, but it leaves the TA open. They can still go to a 5 Jakiro, so I would assume that gets banned out pretty quickly.
Team ban.
Yep.
Jakiro. Darkseer.
Dire team ban.
What else is annoying for you? There's so
Bat
many heroes that are
Rider.
annoying for TA, so doesn't make sense to ban out all of them. Just ban what you think is best. Troll would be pretty annoying as well. It's probably a Spirit Breaker offlane, so maybe you don't need to ban out the TA.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So Puck gets banned, and want to get rid of that control coming out from Paparazzi.
Dire team ban.
There's the Tide and the Medusa.
Yeah, so they're respecting Medusa at least a little bit, or quite a bit, from MAGMA. Well, they played very well with it in game 1, so no surprise there. But
Radiant team ban.
the carry TA we have seen be really successful or be really underwhelming. There was no like real in between, right? Either you snowball or you get completely crushed.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
See what this ban ends up being from MAGMA. Taking a lot of time on this one.
Radiant team pick.
Embrew Spirit. Alright. Don't want to get the Spirit Breaker cancelled. I mean, just overall, Ember Spirit is an amazing hero. Together with the minus armor heroes especially.
5 seconds remaining.
Over to the Ember. Xtreme, you're going to want to get some lockdown, that's for sure.
Yeah, often happens with the Weaver. Could be a carry Weaver this time around, though. I could just go like into Disruptor, something like that.
That's more lockdown for MAGMA.
Lockdown and a pretty strong laner as well. I like that. Because MAGMA performs best when they win lanes, obviously, because DOTA becomes much simpler
10 seconds
after you win
remaining.
lanes. They have a lot of carry
5
options now with the Lich.
remaining.
So they have to reveal their hand now. Well, Xtreme Gaming does.
What would you like to see in terms of lockdown here for Xtreme? They need to add lockdown, right?
I think Disruptor would be nice. Disruptor. Well, it depends if it's a carry Weaver or not. Bane is nice too. Disruptor. What else gives you like lockdown? You could do Tusk still. It's pretty good with minus armor.
See a lot of Dark Wills against Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, it's not half bad. Just you don't really have synergy with that, and it would give you like no real secure lockdown. Is the problem.
Right.
Tick-tock, time is ticking. Meepo. Meepo is ultra lockdown. Let's go. Have you ever seen a Meepo in a Chinese tournament? Like, ever?
No. I don't know. I don't know why I think maybe like.
I feel like no.
Freeze, maybe? Kama used to play it.
Disruptor.
I'll take a look at that.
Disruptor.
That's the one name that feels like it fits. Disruptor Death Prophet.
Yeah, so I want to make sure if you run away from us when we pop DP ult, we're going to bring you straight back. Not the most secure lockdown, though. They have like actually no stuns at all. Ooh, it's a scary Terrorblade pick. It tears apart TA and DP. Uh-oh, it might be a little bit of trouble, Xtreme. And the last pick is gonna go to Dust.
Remaining.
What is he gonna pick against DP, though? If it's not a DP offlane.
Well, do you think it's gonna be a TA safe lane?
Yeah.
Dire team ban.
Almost guaranteed. We have seen one TA mid lane from LGD that looked so bad. Like, you just can't move around the map at all. I hated that.
LG did also have a little bit of a disappointing finish into this event.
Yeah, they're just going to be trying to look to secure that Terrorblade with the last couple of bans from the offlane.
Radiant team ban.
Maybe like a Legion Commander or something. Could be a decent option to ban. Or the Darks here.
Radiant team
now,
pick.
Dust.
The Mars.
Yeah.
So mid Death Prophet safe lane TA.
What do you want to play, my friend Dust? You know my... I do... I'm not even kidding. Like, MAGMA is such a god pick here. It owns the lane. It owns TA, Death Prophet, and even Mars. It is so good. And they have no stuns. Come on, Dust. Do it. Do it. Do it. He's not going to do it. He is not going to do it. What's there instead? I want something that's not greedy. Make space for the Terrorblade as well. Quaswex and Woka could work.
Void Spirit?
Void Spirit could work.
Void Spirit's tough though, right? With the Disruptor.
Necro can work. I mean, Void Spirit can work against Disruptor, right? You can still dodge the Glimpse. Or... I just want something that's not super greedy and can fight early. Make space for the Terrorblade. Like, I don't want to see like a Lina or something like that. Techies?
Mid? Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about it.
Disarm stuff against the TA, not bad. Probably not happening either. My money's on Pugna. I want Pugna.
You always want Pugna though. You haven't gotten it yet.
But it looks so good here. Come on, MAGMA's coach. Tell him what's up.
Tell them they want the Meepo.
Goofa.
Meepo showing up in the Chinese region.
Yes! It's not him.
Okay.
Phase is a very good pick too, though.
I don't mind it for Dust. It's something that he does play not terribly often anymore, as he's been going into the Queen of Pain, but Xtreme's not letting that happen anymore. And easy on the Spirit Breaker. So Mercy on that 4-position Rubik. There is quite a bit to take here. If you are this Rubik, you're always looking to potentially get that Chikuchi, move forward, try to get that locked down. The telekinesis, we've seen Rubik's kind of put the pressure on when they're able to keep up and get that lockdown in. And then when you've got telekinesis into, say, the charge, the bash, sinister gaze, the lockdown's there. They can make it happen.
Yeah. The best spell to steal is definitely Spear. Spirit Siphon is not half bad. Carrion Swarm. You have a lot of options this game that are pretty attractive. Do you like the Stone Golem Disruptor thing? Looks pretty cool.
It reminds me of something out of, say, a Paper Mario game.
Yeah.
For some reason. Or like a background character in a Mario Party.
Or Elden Ring.
It needs less frames.
Less frames.
Yeah. Then it would remind me of Elden Ring.
Right, it makes sense.
So, i.e. on the TB, he is his last match 11-3-25 with it, but I believe that's last match is always a pub last match, right? It's not it's not the actual in-lobby matchup. So
no,
we're gonna get into game 3, see who's gonna go to the grand final after this one. As Xtreme won, Magma, of course, also won. So we'll take a look. See how it goes. What's your prediction? You predicting Magma to take this game?
Draft-wise, yes, I like the Terrorblade a lot. And they have a good answer to it with the Mars. I can potentially bulwark it later. But still, I hate no reliable stuns drafts. They can win. It's going to be a lot harder. Xtreme Gaming made it hard for themselves. You got to put in some more work. By some work, I mean a lot more work.
30 seconds to battle.
We've seen Liches be problems for some of these heroes when they just get caught with the Sinister Gaze. The Frost Shield early on, even later, feels super strong.
Yeah, 70% reduction. It's amazing against a physical damage lineup like this. Oh, Lou's sitting at the rune. Mercy has to be careful here.
The battle begins.
Mercy might die.
He might, but he picked up the bounty. And he's gonna give up first blood to the Disruptor. So I don't know if he's too upset about just giving the first blood to the 5 position, swiping a bounty for his team. But it's not great.
Let's do the math. Okay. 320 gold. Yeah, you got 400 gold.
To win.
To win.
Sure. How's this lane going to go for Paparazzi? Is there really much you can do up against the static link?
It's not as bad because your static link, your Crypt Swarm has pretty low mana cost, so you will be able to farm relatively safely. But overall, the Razor should win the lane pretty easily. But it's not like you crush it, you know. Maybe like a 6-4-ish. Nothing crazy.
Paparazzi, who had a good start mid in the last game, so we'll see how this goes for him up against Dust. And Dust, his rotation options aren't that limited. I like both these supports potentially coming in to help get kills over mid. Telekinesis being better at level 1 certainly helps that when you've got the lift duration being from 0.8 to 1.2. And then you've also got the Lich, who could give the Frost Shield, and maybe level 3, go Sinister Gaze, get the pull out onto this Death Prophet, so if Paparazzi isn't too careful, maybe they do get a kill in this mid lane if they do rotate, but of course requires them to rotate and derotate.
Derotate?
Yeah.
Alright, interesting term.
Top lane, TZ taking some damage from the Disruptor at the moment. Now, Spear lands and TB's in some trouble. But the damage out onto old 11 for the metamorphosis. He needs one more right click. He's still got the bug on him, and he'll die. Ends up being Kaz who gets the kill. He was, in fact, in trouble, and now Kaz ups the stick. Oh, the fight of a lifetime. Oh, Kaz gets it. He gets it first. The Lich.
Dire's bottom tower.
Such a broken hero, of course.
Yeah. As you know, compared to the Weaver, look at the Beatles. They're still staying on forever.
Yeah.
Got nerfed a little bit, but still more than enough to kill both of these heroes. And that's not how they wanted the TB lane to go. Like, he's suffering a lot.
He's only level 2, and this Lich is halfway to 4.
Which isn't always bad, though. Like, your support getting a lot of levels and gold early on means he can easily help you out in the lane.
A golden thread.
Like so.
Gold is a great conductor.
Trying to land this spear every time.
But he's spearless.
Having Lich have a bit more experience in gold isn't the worst thing in the world, right?
No, it's good.
Like the early extra levels in the Frost Shield potentially, the Frost Blast, harassment potential. Feels kind of nice.
Razor's taking quite a bit of heat, actually. Paparazzi outplaying the mid.
Oh, Mercy.
Oh, Mercy.
Eating a lot of damage from a Meld Strike and now will end up dead. DY actually getting credit for another kill. Lou just going in with the Meld Strike, and I don't know if Mercy was expecting that kind of damage to be out on him. A lot of damage on the Paparazzi, but the Spirit Siphon is not allowing Dust to really take advantage of the fact that he's got 107 stolen attack damage.
Yeah, Paparazzi's been playing this lane very, very well. But lanes are still okay. Nothing crazy happening. I'm just a bit scared that Lua might be getting out of control relatively soon.
Spirit Siphon, Crypt Swarm, Dust, and he's committing to try and throw these strikes out. The Plasma Field, Dust really low, but Paparazzi doesn't have the mana. Now he does for a Crypt Swarm. Dust has stick charges.
Not anymore.
Pops him and he's almost level 6. So maybe can make an aggressive play, but Paparazzi, he also hit 6, and now he's going to back up, get himself full bottle, full health, full mana, come back to lane.
Yeah, Razor has to be careful. This Exorcism DP can definitely kill him now. Or DP could try to make a rotation bottom to kill the Terror Blade. It's also very possible. Nope. Get back to the mid.
Spear lands onto the Lich. God's Rebuke. Kaz taking a lot of damage. Tank gets credit for that. And meanwhile, the Razor getting run down here by Paparazzi with the help of DY. So the lane's going really well
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
for Xtreme
Radiant structures are fortified.
as they continue to find kills around the map. Mercy shows up, but now they've got the kinetic field again. Telekinesis throwing him away. But Spirit Siphon and the glimpse back. Mercy, he'll die. They bring over Kaz. They've got Tank here, and Sinister Gaze under the tower. Maybe they can get the kill. They've got the charge coming out on the Tank. Plasma Field doesn't get the kill, but eventually that charge will land. They get the kill on a Paparazzi. They take out Tank, and DY is trying to get a kill here on a Kaz, but he survives, and now DY is the one in trouble. This ends up being another kill here for Magma, and they end up getting 3.
Yeah, they got 2, ended up losing 3. Very uncharacteristic, honestly, for Xtreme to overstay. Terrorblade taking damage, but his sticks will be fine. TA though, absolute free game as well. Do you have any stacks for him? Not yet.
Weaver's down here too. I think they want to try and get another kill onto the Terrorblade before he pops himself into the jungle. He does have 13 wand charges, and actually I say they want to go for the TB. DY and Tank starting to put their attention towards mid. They come back around.
DY makes Thunder Strike
for the TB.
So he wants to play super aggro. One spear could spell his death here.
Really committing, looking for the arena. They finally find it. And they've got the spear. They should be able to get the kill out onto the Terrorblade. They do. Nobody coming over to try and help as the damage is just too quick. Though the charge is out. Static Link, Nether Strike, and the Sinister Gaze. Paparazzi and Lou TP'd in. So now Refraction's gone. Plasma Field's there. Lou may have TP'd into his death. He goes into the meld, and they have the charge, which will hit him up into the air, and they get the kill. DY, meanwhile, kills Mercy bottom. They've lost Lou and Paparazzi mid.
Lou had no business being there. Like, seriously. I don't know why he TP'd in there. He had no... Like, they couldn't TP the supports or the Mars, and it just went bottom.
Game staying close. It felt like Xtreme were taking advantage of the lanes going well, but they kind of threw it back a little bit.
Yeah, but MAGMA is also doing very, very good rotations with the Spirit Breaker. Which again has been ignored today quite a bit, and yesterday as well. I still don't know why. He's showing again why he's so strong. I'm absolutely loving the hero.
Tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Exorcism bottom to take the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, it's about time to get an objective down. And TB's trying to trade for the top.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Is a great conductor.
Going 1-3-2 to start. Charge from behind Lou. They've got the sentry down. They have the plasma field coming in as well as the Sinister Gaze. The Chain Frost, unfortunate. Pounces to the neutral camp. They go after Old 11. They've got the Static Storm down. They get the kill on the Old 11. They take out Dust as well as Kaz. Finish off TZ. And now looking for Mercy. They are going to get this kill onto the Rubik eventually.
4-1 trade.
And a 4-1 trade. Man, the Chain Frost went straight to the neutral camp and didn't bounce out of it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah.
That feels so bad.
It's RNG involved, right? Don't know how much of a difference it would have made ultimately. The goal just felt very forced in general. Not necessary. And they're trying to defend the middle still. And ping heroes in.
They've got a charge coming through in a tank.
They got a glimpse though.
DY, yeah, I don't... Okay. So steals glimpse, but TZY's charge finishes, and now he's in between 4 heroes, so he's just dead. Oh, I don't... Okay. Sure. I don't understand how they thought that was going to go with a Disruptor camping the TP.
Yeah. I mean, game is still somewhat even. But Xtreme definitely got the lead. It looks like MAGMA's a little bit rattled, perhaps. Like, that initiation in mid lane in general was so off. It was like a very unforced error. Now is the tier looking now? At least they gave a lot of space to Terrorblade. That is the saving grace here. Terrorblade, this game can solo carry it for sure.
He just needs the space, right?
Yeah, it's the space, it's the items.
Right now he sits behind both the Death Prophet and the TA though. TA going into the Desolator has the Dragon Lance to start. This feels like the first TA game where it hasn't really been like shut down early.
Yeah, but he's not even top 1 in the network yet.
No,
but he will be soon. Now he is. Another ancient stack. How much is that then? 4? A lot of juicy money coming in.
Yeah, it will be 4. Pulls it into the perfect position. Knows to get that other camp up again. Doesn't block anything, and just efficient farming here for Lou. That being said, at the same time, Terrorblade kind of trying to keep up. only down about 200 gold. He's farming pretty quickly. He's got his Dragon Lance going into the Manta next.
Yep, that matchup is really terribly favored.
Exorcism. Static Storm. They're going to look for the Razor. And Chain Frost bouncing again, but not really doing anything. If anything, even if Tank had gotten low, he would have just used that time lapse. They'll go after Kaz and they'll get the kill onto the Lich. Paparazzi with another. He's double and dominating.
Yeah, that's what we spoke about, right? You pop Exorcism, Razor was like, oh, damn, and you get out of here, get comes back, and you're gone. Very simple, very effective. Oh, no.
Charge onto the Disruptor and... Ooh, thought about the Nether Strike. Stopped it, didn't need it.
Yep.
They did get that kill. It's one to get, but it's still... Now they're starting to fall behind quite a bit. They're down 3,000 gold. The game starting to heavily rely on what he's able to do, and when you hit up a deficit like this and the Razor's games just getting shut out, it feels like it could slip through their hands soon.
Yeah, that have really put him behind. Like Razor, like, he can farm okay at an okay speed, but catching back up from a big deficit is really difficult on a hero. Because one plasma field every 10 seconds is really not that fast when it comes to farming. Even if his BKB is 1,000 away from it. And then after, he's still gonna get shredded by the DP though. It's a tough matchup early on.
Right. They're coming over.
TZY also needs his farm.
He's just been charging around the map. They've got the glimpse on to the Spirit Breaker. TZ's gonna die. 2 Paparazzi who's now on a mega kill streak. At some point, they're going to be waiting here for Bai to make a move, but he would love to have his Manta first. It is getting pinched, the map. Really tough.
Yeah, and this is what Disruptor's really good at, right? You're ahead, you're running at them, they're trying to avoid you. You find a guy, he's instantly dead. Disruptor's such an interesting hero concept, because when you're behind, he feels so bad, but when you're ahead, he feels so broken.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
2 separate sides of the spectrum.
Yeah. I like him though. That's not one of my favorite heroes.
Top tower is under attack.
He's got an okay chunk of gold. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, Lure's still quite a bit ahead of the TB.
Tank actually going for the Orchid right now.
Oh, is he? Interesting.
We've seen it a couple times with like Tsinkyu getting it.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
This should be a pretty quick Roche.
But I use Exorcism too, actually.
I don't know if that was entirely necessary that they needed to use Exorcism on it. It felt like they were going to get the Roche pretty quick with the Swarm, the Deso, all 5 heroes there. Charge away, and the Blink Dagger is available for Old 11, but they won't be able to catch the Spirit Breaker. They look over at Paparazzi. They've got the charge coming in, as well as now the Kinetic Field is out, and the Static Storm from DY. Plasma Field slows them up. They get the kill on a Paparazzi. Mercy gets credit for that one, and they finish off DY. Mercy gets the spree gold from that kill on a Paparazzi. They've got the charge coming in onto Old 11, who was under a Sentry Ward, but they don't commit fully to that. And he's got the arena as well as the spear. Going into this is a little bit of a tricky situation, but Magma, they're not losing anything just yet. They did get 2 kills, and they need to kind of find something a little bit more, as they are starting to fall behind more and more, as it's now hit 4K, back down to 3K as they get the tower. But very reliant on what the TB is going to bring them.
Yep. Pretty good exchange overall, though. Kill the DB. And as I said, like, TA is not a hero that can solo carry a game like this. Not against Terrorblade, not against Razor. They are on a little bit of a timer. But their only saving grace right now is that Razor is relatively poor. He already finishes BKB, though.
And he's going Shiva's next.
Yeah, Shiva's into the refresher, or maybe just plate mail to the refresher. We'll have to see.
Do you think he just goes the plate mail, or because we've seen Razors kind of skip the refresher, leave it to the back end, and it has not looked favorable.
Yeah, refresher is super important, but there's also so much physical damage coming out, so you can definitely justify both of them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Manta flying out
Dire
for
structures
TB.
are fortified. Radiant's bottom
Or is it?
tower is under attack.
Actually, I don't think it is.
Oh, he's going for BKB straight.
Yeah, I thought he had purchased it, and I was like, he's got a lot of gold for getting the Manta and now going to the BKB, but instead he's going to stop on the Yasha and go to the BKB.
Yeah, wants to protect himself from the arena and from the disruptor. Slows his own game down by a bit, but will make him much more secure in those team fights, of course. Oh, the Brigand's blade on a TA. He's doing so much damage. Just took a tower down, no problem. Oh,
You've got
TB.
DUI up top. They've got TB over to the side.
Wait,
And there's
they
the
ignored
arena
it.
Orchid, and there's a quick kill out onto the TB. They're going to go and look for TZ, and Exorcism gets used. He's able to charge away, but that is TB getting slowed down on that BKB, which he desperately needs. They're sticking with him.
Did you see that?
The kill.
They just ignored the Terror Blade. They weren't like sure it was the real one, and then everybody
Yeah.
thinks, oh, it's the
Radiant's
real
top
one.
tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has
Oh,
been killed.
dust.
Ay.
That can't happen.
That's a big one. And a painful one. Look at the top tower now. Get shredded so easily.
Yeah.
Spirit
Dire's
Breaker,
bottom
you're definitely gonna
tower
change.
is under
Yeah,
attack.
no way.
Dust
They have
right now
their own
committing to the
triangle. There's
fields.
no Razor farming it.
They can get over there pretty quickly.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Just force the TP out of that situation. And there's the double damage ready for Lou to pick up. He's going into the Lincolns, or at least thinking about going for the Lincolns. He's got 4,000 gold saved. Only 2 charges on that Deso for now. And yeah, he's going to, I believe, buy out on the recipe. Yep, buy the recipe. And then should have the ability to just get the rest of it on the courier. Charge coming all the way through, and Spear pushes TZ the other way. Static Storm is used, and they've got the glimpse. Now, Tank's nearby, and when he gets spotted,
Can't catch him.
thought maybe they'd be able to get the charge off on him, but they won't be able to catch him.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, still getting a tower at least. Recovering some map control. But it's not really what they were looking
Dire's
for.
bottom tower
One support
has
kill. Not worth such a big movement. While DP and TA are just farming away. Finishes Lincoln Sphere, so no more charges on him. Blocks the link as well.
You've got
Again,
TB
pretty
who's
big.
farmed equivalently with the Death Prophet, but then, of course, you see the TA just so far ahead.
Yeah, and it's to be expected, especially with the little map control that Team Magma has. Oh, they're charging the DP.
Trying to go after Paparazzi. Lotus charge, and now Paparazzi hit with the telekinesis. They've got the BKB. They should have the damage to get the kill here out on a Paparazzi, and they do. Lou comes over with a double damage, one-shot Mercy down to about half health. They don't look to press the issue.
Surprised was only half health. And an instant kill.
Could have been. So a couple good pickoffs there for Magma, but it's going to be a smoke for Xtreme. Try and turn it around a little bit. Stop the bleeding of these kills.
They had to expand metamorphosis for this, so they're gonna be a little bit vulnerable.
Dust, Orchid, BKB. Static Link turning it around. They've got the Sinister Gaze, so he's starting to get up there in the damage taken. He's got 120. The spear lands onto Mercy. They've got the glimpse into the Static Storm, and he can't output the damage. He's just getting right-click down. Dust ends up dying to Lu. They're going to look for something even more. Orchid, Swarm, out on the Kaz. Charge? Gets dusted and commits it. He does have a glimpse. They bring TCY back and doesn't get caught in the kinetic field.
Brigand Blade TA, shredding everything. Lu is very, very, very rich. Once he gets to the Daedalus, look at the tower damage. It's ridiculous.
And they need to stop him from just being allowed to do this.
Ow, ow, ow. This is not fair. Metamorphosis, they need it. 40 seconds.
Before they can fight, certainly. Old 11 thinking about going in with a blink. He doesn't have an arena, though. Nothing doing just yet.
Next fight might be the last fight for Magma. And Dust dies so easily is the problem.
Yeah. Even with all the damage, he just dies so fast.
TA's damage at this point is just ridiculous. Crystal is now, so her crits are going to be hurting a buttload.
Dire are scanning.
They need to get the frost shield on whoever's getting focused. We have seen this Lich pick quite a lot in answer to a TA for the shield, but it just never really works out too well. It's like, like in theory, it's very nice, right? But it's very hard to be in position to cast it. It's overall a bit iffy. Roshan is up. Both teams know it. Might be where the last team fight ensues.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a fight for Roche and Xtreme's easier stand. I mean, they are certainly ahead. And it can be Magma's last chance at bringing the game back. Exorcism used, and there immediately is the Orchid onto the Razor, and Roche just died so quickly. They go after Dust. TB stands his ground for a second. They've got the charge coming in onto Old 11, the damage coming in from the TB, but they have the disarm. They get the kill on Old 11, they take up TZY, and now they'll buy back on this Spirit Breaker. Chain Frost on the back line, hitting DY as well as Tank, but it's just not enough damage. They have the Lotus Orb, they've got the silences coming through, the Meld Strike onto the Lich, and a pause. Okay.
Well,
right in the middle of a fight.
Lich is dead. Lu
I wonder who else is dead.
Pretty much completely untouched. The Terrorblade has to be really careful. He has no Manta, no BKB.
And he's got the Aegis to work with on Lu. Winkins will get popped. Ooh, Lu maybe a little bit discombobulated just because of the fact that there was that pause there, but not looking like it's going to matter. They've got the silence and the kill out onto this TB, and the rest should be falling with him as Dust will die. Dust to dust, ashes to ashes, and Tank will join him there, but this game looking like it's on its last edge for Magma.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to GG out early because it's like the last game you have today anyway, right? So might as well play it out, but it's looking really bad for them. Oh.
Charge gets DY.
Well, that's going to delay the game by quite a bit.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Daedalus TA. Those crits are going to be juicy.
Yeah, now the one-shots might be coming out. It's also got 14 stacks on that Desolator. Where does it start for Magma? Like, where can this comeback even start at?
It's really difficult. You gotta hope for a misstep. I mean, the matchup is still terrible for the TA. So one botch fight is really all it takes for this game to sway into the different direction. Just the Razor is so poor is the problem. He bought back last fight, died twice. It's just, like, he needs a refresher at this point, but he's so far away from everything.
And he's not even queuing up the refresher. Doesn't seem like it's something in his future at all. Tank in the vicinity. And coming over is Paparazzi. Silence hits both of them. They're going to find the Lich. They've got the Orchid, and eventually they should have this kill.
What I noticed with Magma is they are not very comfortable playing from behind at all. Like, every time they're behind, they kind of just fall back and sitting on their own quadrant of the map the entire time.
Find themselves to be a little bit uncomfortable. Metamorphosis gets used. They've got the glimpse back out on a Mercy. Mercy surviving. They get the kill on a DUI. Old 11 focusing his attention on getting the kill onto that Rubik, but now they've got the telekinesis. BKB, Arena down. And it is around this TV, but the TV does pop the BKB. They've got the Nether Strike out onto Old 11 to get the kill there onto the Mars. Tank go to the back lines looking for this Rubik. Fuels up into the air, and they've disarmed this Terrorblade, who doesn't have much left on the Metamorphosis, and they've got Paparazzi moving forward to help with Tank and Lou with the Exorcism on this Death Prophet. Still holding this Aegis for another minute and 28 seconds. Lou, really no fear.
Yeah, maybe you want to make sure that he's there a little bit earlier if you want to seek such a deep engagement. But, no, yeah, it's not the world that they lost. They lost the Mars, lost the support disruptor. But traded for Metamorphosis, so now it's another 90 seconds where Terrorblade doesn't really feel comfortable fighting at all. He will have his Skadi soon, though, which is a pretty big power spike for him.
Yeah.
But really, you can't win this game by sitting in your base.
And that's what we see from Magma. That's what we were alluding to, is the fact that they just kind of sit back a little bit too far. It's like they don't take any real chances when they're falling behind.
If you're behind, the way you get back is oftentimes through risk-taking.
They found the Spirit Breaker, but BKB. TP out.
Easy. DD top. Also pretty easy. Lich, I got a present for you. Lich, where are you? Ah, he doesn't want it.
I don't think you would either.
Why?
I don't know. If you're a Lich.
I like presents. Mercy!
I don't know if you'd like that present.
No? Okay. Sorry.
He's going into the Swift Blink as well, so he's just gonna blow up these supports. Blow up these heroes. I don't even think it's just limited to supports.
One could say, blow them up swiftly.
Yes.
Nah.
Definitely what they could be saying.
Will they be, though? Who knows?
A little bit safe played here by Xtreme, knowing that they're just a second away from being in the grand final. We've got the level 25, the extra refraction instances on Lou. Truly don't know if he feels like he's feeling in much danger at all.
One team fight is all it takes, but the team fight has to happen. And it's not gonna happen by standing in your base, Magma. Spirit Breaker is really the only one trying to push out lanes and do something. It's maybe like try a 4-man smoke. You know that the TA is always pretty deep and pushing out lanes. Like a good charge, potentially kill her, and then maybe you get the opening for the Roshan.
Do you think they're a little bit gun shy on that because they tried it over mid early in the game and it just didn't work out?
Maybe, but you gotta keep trying it. If you don't, you're just gonna lose automatically, no?
Yeah, because your net worth is continuing to sink further and further behind. The only one who's really got any net worth really is the TB. Everybody else has like nothing. There's the charge, but they've got the silence and the melt strike. The damage out almost kills this Spirit Breaker. They've got the arena down, so they've stolen the spear. Maybe they can start something off for Magma, but it's not looking likely. GZ is gone. Kaz is dead. Mercy follows. 3 heroes gone. And they potentially just take this series here and now. They fought back on the Rubik, and the spear lands on the Terribly, but he's a little bit far back, so they don't make the jump just yet, with the BKB already being expended by Dust. Blue stepping forward. They've got the Exorcism to take the tier 3. They'll work in the racks. They've got the Meld Strike, and potentially even more. That spear lands on Dust, and Paparazzi gets the kill. BKB's been popped by the TB to make a last stand, but he's just not doing any damage. There's nothing there for him to get. They look over at the Rubik, and they'll take out Mercy. They'll dive into the well, and TB will go down. Magma losing everything. And they will
still giving up, though.
GG.
Well, now they are.
So Xtreme will move on to the grand finals, and Magma will play Aster in the lower bracket final tomorrow. Xtreme really showing up in the second and third game of the series.
Yeah. Well, okay, it turns out Magma's biggest weakness is just being able to play from behind. You know, they're very uncomfortable doing so. You saw it in game 2 and 3 now. But when they're ahead, like, they're a really strong team. It's just working at that from behind portion is a really difficult part in Dota. It comes with experience, comes with knowledge, and really you need a shot caller too, because the shot caller, as I said, it's much easier to do when you're already ahead. But when you're behind, every call becomes so much more difficult. You got to take more risks, and yeah, Magma likes to sit in base when they're behind. Let's put it that way.
Right. Yeah. They've sat together. They try to group up. They try to make it so they don't end up going down and giving up more gold. But in theory, that sounds right. But in execution, you're just giving up more of the map, and Xtreme are getting more gold anyway. And the team you're losing to, your deficit becomes more and more anyway. So I just, the thought process of it, maybe the idea in your head is right, but you need to go out there and stop Xtreme from just farming the entirety of the map and extending their lead to levels where coming back is nigh impossible.
Yeah, I mean, it's a trap a lot of more inexperienced teams fall into. And yeah, it just takes time. We'll see what